Well, the Melbourne Cup has come and gone and left a few headaches and debts in its wake. While most of us have a harmless punt on the Cup, for many there are only one of the year, the event is often used to remind people about the dangers of gambling. Well, Simon Creek from HHG Legal Group has a warning about one of those dangers, the breakdown of a marriage. Good afternoon, Simon.
Good afternoon, Tracy.
As a lawyer, how often do you see the link between gambling and divorce?
Well, given I specialise in family law, I have to say if it's not weekly, then it's monthly.
Okay.
And some of the reasons for this are, believe it or not, we are the most prolific gamblers in the world per capita. We also have 20% of the entire world's poker machines in Australia. So we are a country, unfortunately, with a bit of a tendency to gamble. And that translates into divorce statistics that show problem gamblers are likely to divorce 6 times more than somebody else.
Yeah, that's certainly concerning. Can you be legally liable for debts or penalties incurred from your spouse's gambling problems?
Unfortunately so. It's a bit of a funny term, but we do tend to call it sexually transmitted debt.
Okay.
It's all part of what you take up and have responsibility for if your partner has run up big gambling debts and you then go and divorce.
Often the problem remains hidden from a spouse. What are some of the signs that you can see in your partner they might be getting in too deep?
Look, the biggest sign seems to be that your partner is disappearing for unexplained and regular periods of time. Sitting at the pokies is not something people do for a short period of time. It's often very late at night. It can be during the day, leading to complaints from an employer. But I suppose once you know you've got a problem gambler in the family, the biggest and best thing you can do is monitor your finances and just jump on any unexplained expenditure.
Well, if you know or suspect your partner of having this problem, what can you do to protect your finances?
Yeah, look, again, I think the next step is getting counsellors involved, getting people who are trained to help people with addictions, because I guess that's the root cause to attack. Then, as I say, on top of that, it's just effectively taking control of the joint finances so that credit cards and loans can't be run up without your permission.
If the situation does end in divorce, what are the other ways an established gambling problem can make a split even more complicated for both of the parties?
Look, there's 2 sides to this. On the one hand, it's deemed that if you acknowledged, or even if you were married long enough while the gambling was going on, you are stuck with that. But on the other hand, you can say that all that gambling and all that wasted money was what we call wastage. And you can make an application to the family court for that to be deemed a negative contribution by the gambler. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel for those that are experiencing this problem.
Hopefully the problem can be tackled before it gets a bit too messy. All right, Simon Creek, thank you very much for your time.
My pleasure.